Most never realize that the same church teaching about the death of Jesus and exactly what it accomplished is the very church that had him crucified and convinced believers to worship him instead of becoming him. Most people then and now expected the Messiah to fix the world outwardly, to overthrow corrupt power and expose evil, to establish justice in visible and undeniable ways. That didn't happen. His teachings challenged authority, disrupted systems, and then he was executed. And after that, the story was twisted. Institutions rose, power regrouped, and evil didn't disappear. It adapted. So the honest question still remains: what actually happened, and what did it establish? What was the real success, if there was one at all? Here's the truth that rarely gets said plainly. Jesus did not come to defeat evil at the societal level. He came to do something far stranger and far more dangerous to power. He came to change what it means to be human at the deepest level of reality. At the crucifixion, something physically and metaphysically real occurred. Not symbolism, not theater. For the first time in history, a human being absorbed maximum violence, without returning it, without retaliation, without any self-justification. No attempt to preserve power, reputation, or life at the expense of others. Every human system runs on escalation. Violence answered with violence. Blame answered with punishment. Fear answered with control. Jesus broke that pattern not by overpowering it, but by letting it fully exhaust itself through him. Innocence absorbed guilt without reproducing violence. That had never happened before. Before this moment, reality operated on one unbreakable law. Sin leads to blame. Blame leads to punishment. Punishment leads to fear. Fear leads to control. Jesus let all of it land on him. And when the cycle completed, it had nowhere left to go. The mechanism was exposed. Evil wasn't destroyed, but its leverage was. And here's where many people get confused. Jesus did not abolish death. He entered it fully consciously, without resistance. Death had always been final, the ultimate absorber of meaning. But the resurrection changed that. After that moment, death became permeable. Meaning could pass through it. Identity could survive it. A new state of being entered reality. Not enforced, not imposed, simply possible. So why didn't the world change? Because Jesus didn't overwrite humanity. He introduced an option. Before him, love always had a breaking point. Self-preservation always won. Fear always ruled. After him, it became possible. Not easy, but possible, for a human being to live without fear of loss, without fear of death, without needing to dominate or destroy others to survive. Most people don't choose that path because it costs everything. And this is why evil appeared to become smarter. After Jesus, evil adapts to external threats. It cannot survive internal freedom. Once fear of death is neutralized in a person, manipulation stops working. Control loses its grip. Lies lose urgency. So evil shifts tactics from violence to religion, from tyrants to systems, from chains to narratives. That isn't failure. That's relocation of the battlefield. Here's the part no one likes to hear. Jesus did not come to save civilization. He came to make it possible for a human being to be fully alive, fully loving and unafraid, even in a corrupt world. That kind of person cannot be controlled, and systems know it. So what was the real success? Not peace on earth, not justice enforced, not evil erased. The real success was this: the inevitability that death, fear and power get the final word was broken. Quietly, irreversibly. Ignored by many, but never undone. And that's why the story still matters. Because anything that can be forced can also be reversed. But what Jesus introduced can only be chosen or rejected. And the choice is still here. What you do with it is the only question that remains.